Take him to Detroit.
No! No, not Detroit! No!
What day is it? Monday? Oh, Monday!
Monday, Monday, so good to me.
Hey, it's Monday.
Medical
Monday.
Changes could be coming to Michigan's marijuana law. A new set of bills now being heard in Lansing.
Marijuana is not a drug.
And the bills would have major implications to small medical growers known as caregivers.
That's some heavy shit, man.
Small pot farmers in California say the state is not standing by its promise to protect.
Big companies were supposed to be limited, but some have stacked hundreds of licenses.
Stop hitting it so hard.
Created a cartel, essentially.
You have an industry allowing for businesses to operate like cartels.
But it's a Monday.
Harm has been done by the fact that we didn't legalize it back then.
Well, I don't know if there's any harm that's been done.
There was people getting arrested, there were people getting thrown in jail. I mean, that counts, doesn't it?
What kind of joint is this, man?
Smoking marijuana all in public. You would think that shit was legal. We the Pistons in the 8, 9, and 9. Oh, bad boy, bad boy.
It's just another
Medical.
Welcome to medical marijuana. Welcome to Medical Mondays, motherfuckers. Of course, this is Bird, the motherfucker with the most THC in his motherfucking bloodstream.
Obviously.
We got, I'm pretty high going into the show. Going into the show hot, y'all. Of course, we got a returning panelist with us, Adam L. Book, aka Mr. Hash Bash himself. What up, though?
What's happening?
Got our boy KK over there trimming up some glitter bomb, I think he said it.
Yes, sir. What up? What up? What's going on, fellas?
Shout out to everybody in the chat already. We got Justin, we got Blue Brad, we got Native motherfucking May 313. We got Mockingbird. Oh shit. Mockingbird Media said, "Is Santa, is that you?" Before we get into anything, let us know what you're smoking on out there. I'm firing up this Original Z, brought to you by Michigan motherfucking Turf Farms. Chef Rodney's in here. What up, though? A huge shout out to all of our sponsors. Much love to Native Made 313, Michigan Turf Farms, Nugget Junction Extracts, Tiki Madman, SOB Labs, and Tree Street Packaging. Also here on Medical Mondays, we want to remind everybody to go out and get your medical marijuana card. One of the awesome people you can hit up is Detroit Certification Center. You can get at them at Detroit Cert Center on social media, as well as go to their website, DetroitCertCenter.com, or give them a call or text at 248-275-6707. Make sure you tell them that Medical Mondays sent you there, and I'm sure they'll hook you up with a good deal. And also, everybody who's tuned in right now, if you haven't saved the date already, this upcoming Sunday, the 22nd, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m., the Toy Drive Get Back Comedy and Birthday Sesh will be going on, y'all, with performances from Foolish, music brought to you by me. $20 entry without donation, but the donations are awesome toys and, other kinds of kid gifts and everything. Plenty of awesome vendors going to be in the building. It's going to be benefiting the Capuchin Soup Kitchen and First Step Women's Shelter. Everybody who gets in gets a raffle ticket for your chance to win awesome stuff donated by all these amazing vendors. The vendors list goes on. It's Native Made 313, Nuggeduction, Miami Heat, Fuck Off Extracts. John Doe will be in the house. Mr. Roll Up, Mr. Kush 313, Flavors, or was it Pharma Flavors? I think it is.
Yeah.
And I want to say that's one of the birthdays going to be going on. Blissful Buds, Ed Gringo, and the list goes on, y'all. So come through. Your chance to win. I want to say the first 20 people who enter, you get a special little gift bag from Native Made as well. So, man, come through, get some free stuff. Stick around and win some more free stuff, man. So, of course, Food by Chi-Town and Fun Food Express will be out front for the munchies. And, yeah. Come through, have a good time. Let's get these kiddos some good toys for Christmas, y'all. The 4th annual. 4 motherfucking years, y'all. So definitely gonna have a good time. I want to say Foolish's performance starts at 4 p.m. So make sure you get there before then, you know. And Native Made said she's smoking on some East Side OG.
East Side OG.
What else is everybody smoking on? Dogcatcher Farms in the building. What up? Did you say what you were smoking on, Adam? Or
I'm killing the last of some slushy that I found.
Oh, shit.
I found a couple jars of it, and I'm just killing the last little bit. And I'll have to bring something else before the end of the show. I think my next one is in this bag right here. Oh, look at that.
Cash in the building. What up, though?
Sponsor product. I love it. Guava Tangy.
Gang.
That'll be next. Oh, look at that. And I got a banana punch, too.
Yeah, I was hoping we were going to have a guest this week.
Oh,
but he was busy. So hopefully after the new year, he'll be able to hop up.
He was busy. Same guy?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, well.
He said, I'm going to try to move things around. Then never heard back.
Whatever. He just had a big weekend out in Missouri.
So in the news in Michigan,
lots of stuff.
Michigan disciplines 30 cannabis businesses for alleged violations in November.
That's just November.
Yeah, that's just November. So you guys want to go down the list of the brands?
I'm more interested in what and why.
So Empire Brands, a cultivator in Detroit, was fined $9,000 for allegedly failing to attach statewide monitoring tags to 141 clones.
Did it say what the fine was? Did you say? I'm sorry.
$9,000.
$9,000. Okay.
Green Genie, a Detroit dispensary, was fined $500 for allegedly failing to include THC and CBD information on a pack of pre-rolls they were selling. Muhammad's. I don't know if I might be saying it wrong, but it's MUHA.
Yeah.
Muhammad's, a Detroit dispensary, was fined $13,000 for allegedly making unauthorized home deliveries, having surveillance cameras that included obstructed views of products, and a failure to have required information about poison control and dangers of adolescent use.
So they forgot to put stickers. It sounds like a lot of these people.
Yeah. Well, and
Or
the
they put the wrong
surveillance,
sticker.
but $13,000 for that.
Yeah.
And they were doing unauthorized home deliveries.
What's an unauthorized home delivery?
Well, I guess I don't know. I have no idea.
Right.
I mean, I know there was a couple of delivery services that were working in the Detroit area, but I don't think they weren't
legit. They weren't
legit.
There's no licensed delivery service. Only dispos can do deliveries.
Yeah.
It's my understanding.
So Nugget, Detroit, the dispensary was fined $9,500 for allegedly selling a recalled cannabis-infused beverage.
Oh.
House of Mary Jane, a Detroit dispensary, was fined $5,000 for allegedly failing to use general ledger system in its annual financial statements. So I'm sure they were fucking fudging the books.
Well, yeah. Aren't they all?
Utopia Extracts, a Detroit cultivator, was fined $333.33 for allegedly failing to file its annual financial statements on time. Utopia Gardens, a Detroit cultivator, was fined $333.33 for the same. And Utopia got fined for each farm they had. So
right.
In total, Utopia is paying like $999.99.
That's funny.
For their violations.
I mean, these fines seem kind of low.
Right. They got a deal for $999.99.
Right. Such a deal.
They probably get discounts for snitching on the next dispensary.
Bro. That's what a lot of people don't know is, like, you know, these metric companies, when they sign that dotted line, they're signing that dotted line saying that they will report people.
Right. And they'll play by all these silly rules. And as soon as they break one, like a paperwork error, they end up getting fined hundreds or thousands of dollars because they made a paperwork error.
Yeah.
The IRS doesn't even do that to you. They let you fix it.
Yeah, with a certain amount of fines and everything. Adam, did you try that smoke?
Yes, I did actually. I tried everything. Thank you very much. I appreciate the delivery, and it was a good time. A good time. Well, Any other companies getting fined?
Nah, I mean, the rest of that shit, it's just fucking bullshit. It's the same thing over and over again. Either it's paperwork not being filed, mislabeled or unlabeled
Products.
metric tags and all that shit, and cameras.
Right. What's the biggest fine they gave out? Do you know?
The one I could have swore it was 9,500, or no, it was a $13,000, and that was to that Muha Meds, and that was the one that had unauthorized home deliveries, surveillance cameras with obstructed views, and failure to have the required information on all the packaging, or even having it posted or something. I guess they got. Kishikawa says, can she sit on Santa's lap? Of course, while he's talking to his wife. So in other, I was going to talk about this. A lot of the proposals in Oakland County, Berrien County, Niles Township, and they all, no, Niles fucking, they expanded their shit so dispensaries could be closer to the state line and everything.
I think they got approved for like 5 disposed.
Yeah. Oh man, there was also a fucking big drug bust. They're saying in San Bernardino. I got the video right.
A massive marijuana bust in San Bernardino County. Sheriff's deputies served a search warrant Monday at a home in Oak Hills. They say a 5-acre property had a newly built metal building containing over 3,000 trash bags filled with processed marijuana. 51 truckloads of marijuana were seized, totaling over 90,000 pounds, with a market value of $100 million.
Bruh. $100 million for 90,000 pounds. And it's in bags. Like half of these bags look like fucking like 2-3 years old, man.
Where are they getting that kind of money? Because I got a truck.
Bruh. And I love how they're saying that they just break it down in numbers. They had over 30,000 trash bags filled with 90,000 pounds.
They say a 5-acre property had a newly built metal building containing over 3,000 trash bags filled with processed marijuana. 51 truckloads of marijuana were seized, totaling over 90,000 pounds.
What does it matter how many?
Over 1 truckloads of marijuana were 51 truckloads of marijuana.
51 truckloads. Like, what does it matter how many fucking trucks?
Yeah, get a bigger semi, bro.
I know. Fucking pull up with a fucking whatever.
Get a 43-footer.
Yeah.
Were seized, totaling over 90,000 pounds, with a market value of $100 million.
$100 million.
How? Where? Where?
I'm just trying to do the fucking math. They said $100 million.
It's $1,111 a pound at that price. And my question is, who's getting $1,100 a pound?
Bro, not for none of that shit, bro.
Right, for that quality weed.
Look at that. Yeah, bro, there's no way.
Wow. Second grader called 911 to report the shooting.
Report what?
There was a school shooting today in Madison, Wisconsin.
No way.
At a Christian school. K through 12. and 2 dead plus the shooter, 7 or 9, something like that. But yeah, man, I mean, I just don't see those kind of numbers, and that's what they do is they try to use these numbers because now, you know, weed's becoming legal everywhere. So now you got to make the bad guys out to be the guys that are doing huge numbers as opposed to the guy with the pound, you know, and where they used to go after that guy with a pound, just like they'd go after that guy with 100 pounds or 1,000 pounds. But I don't get it, man. I don't care how big your operation is, unless you're doing something and hurting people.
Yeah, bro. They were like, oh, it was a newly constructed metal building. Oh,
Yeah,
pole
so
barn.
did he steal it or did
I
he buy
know,
it? I mean, he had to buy it from someone. So he put some money in the
but
account.
nobody's been arrested or anything for it. They just
right.
came in and
Took everything.
took all the weed.
Right. Yeah, well, the guy was
Were
going to.
were they growing it or were they just storing it?
Nobody knows.
Right.
The investigation is ongoing. They're just saying that they found 30,000
No, they found
trash
3,000
bags.
trash bags.
30,000 trash bags.
3,000. It was 3,000. Trust me.
All right, 3,000. Yeah, man.
With 90,000 pounds.
It's still for $100 million, bro. Where did they get these numbers?
That's
1988, bro.
right. And just to answer your question, yes, I got permission, Cushy. No problem. Yeah.
Yeah. So, in international news, Japan criminalizes cannabis use as a revised law that takes effect immediately.
Right.
So before they had laws on possession or cultivation of everything, but now they're totally criminalizing the use of it. So Japan started criminalizing the use of cannabis and tetrahydrocannabinol, aka THC, a psychoactive chemical found in the plant, as a revised laws took effect Thursday amid growing concerns over drug abuse among young people. But just drink some sake. While the possession, transfer, and cultivation of the cannabis and THC were already banned in Japan, new laws will designate them as a narcotic and prohibit their use as well, setting a prison sentence for up to 7 years for violations. So, like, if you get caught by the cops and they take your fucking, who the fuck knows? You don't got the same rights you do over here, man.
Nope.
Bro, we talked about a story fucking years ago. I want to say it was like in Cambodia or some shit. Some dude tested positive for weed.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker died, bro. They killed the motherfucker.
Right.
Countries are still killing people over weed, man. That shit's insane. The revised laws also legalize medical products using substances derived from the cannabis plant. But that does not include CBD or THC. So I don't, what other? I mean, there are terpenes that are beneficial as well. There's a story I read. I want to say, where was this? Because the National Health Institute or some shit did a fucking study on mice, and they fucking and they gave mice certain types of fucking terpenes, and not even including THC or anything, but it would help with their mechanical, you know what I mean, just being able to fucking move. And that was just the terpenes alone. I'm looking for the fucking story. Where the fuck is it? Marijuana terpenes relieve post-surgery and fibromyalgia pain. So, new government-funded research on terpenes produced by the cannabis plant finds that some of the aromatic compounds could be promising therapeutic to help manage pain from fibromyalgia or during recovery from an operation.
Yeah.
So it was published this month in a journal. Pharmaceutical reports involved administering 4 separate terpenes. I'm gonna fucking butcher these fucking names, but it's geraniol, listinol, beta carotene, and alpha humulene to mice that were either underwent paw incisions surgery or had lab-induced fibromyalgia symptoms. That's fucked up, man. So they're just fucking these mice up just to test on them.
Test on them, right?
Yeah. So these results demonstrate that the terpenes that I already said that I'm not going to try to say again were viable medication for post-operation and fibromyalgia pain relief, says the report. And that's the National Institute of Health that did the fucking original study. So I don't know, man. It's not just the THC. It's not just the CBD. It's all the other compounds involved, man. What do you call it?
Well, Dr. Lester Grinspoon corrected me and told me that it was the ensemble effect, not the entourage effect.
Yeah, ensemble.
That they're all working together as one to make this symphony, as opposed to the entourage where one would be followed by the rest. One's not more important than the other, was his point. So the ensemble effect, it makes a difference. And you only know that when you get a hold of really good weed that's grown right and dried properly, and it's a whole process. It's not just growing a plant. You're done.
Yeah.
A lot of people mess up some really well grown plants not drying them properly.
So what stories you got, Adam?
Oh, I got a thing from Neuroscience News. Study challenges the myths about cannabis, brain health, and IQ. Basically, the study was spanning 44 years and involved over 5,000 men, challenges long-held beliefs about cannabis and cognition. Researchers found that users experience slightly less cognitive decline from early adulthood to late midlife compared to non-users. Neither the age of cannabis initiation nor the frequency of use showed a significant impact on cognitive decline. These findings suggest that long-term cannabis use may not impair and could even modestly benefit cognitive aging, although further research is needed to confirm the results. Some of the key facts were that cannabis users experience 1.3 IQ point less decline over 44 years than compared to non-users. Starting cannabis before age 18 had no significant effect on long-term cognitive decline. And regular cannabis use, which was more than 2 times per week, was not associated with greater cognitive decline. Cannabis, often maligned for its short-term cognitive effects, may not have the long-term impact on sharpness once thought. Groundbreaking Danish study tracking over 5,000 men for 44 years found that cannabis users experience slightly less cognitive decline from early adulthood to midlife compared to non-users. So yeah, they debunked a bunch of this nonsense, which it's only a matter of time before you can't argue against the facts.
One time fucking Ronald Reagan said, I now have absolute proof that smoking even one marijuana cigarette is equal in brain damage to you being at Bikini Island during an H-bomb blast.
Right. Like
one marijuana cigarette.
Like he had any idea.
What is an H-bomb?
Hydrogen bomb.
Yeah.
And then he proceeded to say he had proof, but then never proved shit. It's awesome.
Well, that's what happened.
Oh, also, I was reading fucking Elton John says legalizing marijuana was one of the worst things ever. One of the world's greatest mistakes.
All right,
Canada and the U.S. to legalize.
Can I defend my favorite queen who seems to have fallen off?
All right, go ahead.
In reality, you have to understand that he is a dope fiend. He is a sober.
Oh yeah. That's what he was saying.
Right. Everybody.
It leads to other things.
Right.
Not everybody's like that, motherfucker.
But everybody he knows, Eminem, all the people he's helped get straight, they're all just complete assholes when it comes to any type of inebriation. None of them are California sober, I guess is the cool term of the day. But whatever, I get it. I don't disrespect his sobriety. I disrespect him using his voice to say something so stupid.
Yeah.
I get it.
Because he's using all his fucking shit from personal struggles.
But here's the problem I have with that. I know people that work for him. He makes money off the backs of pot smokers.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
So now I do have a friend that got fired by Melissa Etheridge for smoking weed on the tour.
What?
Yeah, ain't that funny?
Like what? He was like smoking.
He was a carpenter on her tour. I think
he was smoking while he was working or something.
He was smoking on the tour. She didn't allow
it. Yeah,
dude, whatever. I've seen stranger things, bro. I've seen stranger things. But yeah, I mean, I knew a guy that was fired by Kiss because he was a beer drinker back in the 70s. And Gene Simmons wouldn't allow anybody to do any drinking or dope or anything. And he found out this guy was, drunk one night off some beers, and he fired him.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But of all people, Elton John.
I know.
That bothered me.
I just hate people who always say, like, it's always the people who say it too. It's like, oh, marijuana's a gateway drug.
Right. All because you couldn't handle it, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't find that. I find gateway is a very bad term and untrue. I've done all.
In all actuality,
one can lead me to the next.
Yeah. Even smoking a cigarette changes your whole.
Like pharmaceuticals more gateway than cannabis.
Well, the problem with pharmaceuticals is dependency. So if you take like opiates and you become dependent, you need more than your doctor's going to give you. So then you got to figure out a way to get it, and that's where horrible cycle of dope fiends. But hold on.
I was talking the whole time. I was muted.
Oh, I love that.
But there's a New York judge that's blocking all processing of the state's cannabis licensing applications. So I guess Supreme Court Justice Sharon Graff primarily blocked the state office of cannabis management from processing any applications from people who have not already secured a location. And supposedly cannabis management, they were managing, so they started doing accepting all the fucking people who had locations already plotted out and a whole game plan. But then 2 weeks after they opened up applications for them, they started taking applications from just everybody, saying like, oh, no matter if they had a location plotted out or anything, they were just applying for, just applying for their business license without having a whole game plan. Well, I guess a lot of these companies who already had the fucking property and, trying to get their applications, put in are suing the cannabis management, the Office of Cannabis Management, because they're basically getting fucked out of fucking licensing for everybody who already had a game plan. So that it doesn't even say when they're going to start up licensing. So more than 400 New Yorkers were licensed through the initiative known as the Conditional Adult Use Retail Dispensary, or CURE program. Someone now has stores up and running, but many of them have yet to open now that those ventures could be at risk. Many hoping to enter the legal industry wouldn't be able to apply if they had to pay to hold on to a location for months. So
that was the argument in Michigan that the state made. The state said, don't get your property, get your application in, and when you get approved, get your property. Because it may take a long time, and we don't want you to spend your money.
Yep. And New York's putting an end to that shit. They're like, oh, no. gotta have your property up and running, blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't know, man. It's I don't know.
It's crazy.
In New Jersey, fucking a company just I want to say they didn't join. Did they create their own fucking union? But they basically unionized. It was 40 employees. What is it? New York's first. No. Well, I'll talk about that one later when I find it. But so 16-year-old in first, he's a Australian kid. You got a 16-year-old schoolboy who sold cannabis-laced lollies to another student, was running his own enterprise from his bedroom at a Perth children's court had been told. The boy, who cannot be identified because of his age, pled guilty to selling 3 of a drug-infused lollies to another student at his school.
Cool.
Yeah. He had a whole fucking
store going on.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Ooh, Paris Hilton's getting old.
So he was getting so three lollies.
Right. How much you think it was
getting? $35 a piece.
Right.
But damn, he was banking, man.
I think that was 3 for $100.
Yeah. Today, the state prosecutor told the court the boy was running an enterprise selling cannabis-laced lollies to a market of similar age students. She said all the tools of the trade were found in his bedroom.
The tools. Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, he sold 3 fucking That's an enterprise.
No, he sold a lot.
We found the tools of the trade.
Trust me, they probably found 30 racks in this kid's bedroom, and asked him where he got it. And he said, "I've been selling lollipops.
Yeah,
I get 3 for $100."
So Magistrate Kim Farmer ruled the appropriate sentence was 5 months of youth community-based order, which includes the boy being supervised.
So he's got to do something physical now in order to pay back.
She said, well, the offenses were serious. The boy and his family had done a lot to ensure he was rehabilitated.
Rehabilitated? Have you been rehabilitated?
Rehabilitated.
Sitting on the Group W bench.
The boy, who attended the court with his family, made no comment as he left.
Of course not. He's already gotten.
He was running an enterprise. He ain't got no time for fucking questions.
Going back to work.
Right. I gotta make some more lollies, bitch.
Lollies, right. Get out my way. That's funny.
That stuff is all
he's the lolly man.
Unconstitutional. We're talking about in Australia, bro.
Yeah. They don't allow weed lollies down there.
Yeah. Portugal dreams of becoming a medical cannabis hub. So our country is fast becoming the European hub for medical cannabis with its warm, temperate, subtropical climate, often compared to California's. We should be the new El Dorado of medical cannabis production, said the, well, he's a cultivator, Jose Martinez. As dozens of workers harvested marijuana in bright sunshine at the farm in southern Portugal. No other country in Europe has the environment conditions, Martins told AFP at the plantation. I don't know if they're calling it a plantation, whatever. It's which is surrounded by razor wire and infrared cameras set in the hills near Sapa, dotted with olive trees and work oak. It's 5.5 hectares, which is probably around 13.5 acres. Farm owned by Portugal pharmaceutical company FAI. Therapeutic products, around 30 tons of cannabis flower each year. So Portugal's trying to be the big boy over there for cannabis. Oh, I already talked about Elton John, right?
Right.
You seen any stories on all these fucking people that are pardoned by Biden?
No, I know he was going to do some. I didn't hear that they published them.
Well, cannabis roofer receives clemency from President Biden, once described as a drug kingpin. For in St. Louis is among 1,500 individuals receiving clemency at the end of the Biden administration. So he himself, Tommy Anderson of Missouri, he's a roofing contractor now. He once enjoyed he says, federal jury found Anderson, then just 31, guilty of conspiracy counts related to drug trafficking and money laundering prosecutions, Anderson said. In California, and his co-conspirators then flew it out east. So he was basically going to fucking California and shipping it back to Missouri. But he got caught up, and he's one of the people who got fucking clemency. And what is it? Is that like a total expungement off your record type shit?
Clemency is a reduction in sentence. A pardon is they remove it from the record. So they would just be given time served and released.
Well, didn't he already pardon his son for all that shit?
Yeah. And for like 10 years. Anything they may find that he did.
For 10 years?
Over a 10-year period, I think. whatever.
Like, even if you don't have shit on them now,
right?
That's crazy. So that's fucking. I mean, it's not crazy to him, I guess. South Carolina Cannabis Coalition announces third annual rally at the State House. The South Carolina Cannabis Coalition announced Saturday their third annual rally at the State House will take place in January 2025. South Carolina Cannabis Supporters Rally will take place January 31st, starting at 10 a.m. The rally will last around 420 minutes, according to the SCCC, and is designed to raise awareness of the medical benefits of cannabis. So South Carolina is trying to fucking come together, get that shit going on. So, you know, like a lot of states fucking they're gonna be going through it now. Kentuckians trying to navigate the medical cannabis and having their fucking guns. So,
yeah, some of these newer states are paying a little more attention and realizing that they're causing some problems.
Yeah. But yeah, medical marijuana office opens in Louisville to help Kentuckians navigate the medical cannabis. So yeah, basically, they're warning people like, yeah, if you got some kind of gun, it might not be
a good thing.
Yeah. But at the same time, these officers are, you know, pointing people in the right direction and getting their medical cards and all that.
Right.
Kentucky has became the 38th state to legalize medical marijuana last year, but there are steps patients need to take before getting it. So yeah. Founder Ryan Grail told the news, though, they've seen significant increase in the interest with more than 150 appointments scheduled ahead. The legal, ahead of it being illegal next month. So, both places are now expanding their team to help patients improve the quality of their life. Come January, Kentucky marijuana cards will have a notary on hand so you can complete the entire application. They're going to be rolling that shit out next year. When I say next year, how many days away is that? It's almost next year, you know. Yeah.
14.
Any other stories you got?
Oh, I got a few. What? Hit the right.
Oh, I probably. I'm sure. Let's go ahead.
Here it is. Hold on a second. The normalization of cannabis shopping. Cannabis shopping loses its buzz, starts looking like regular retail for an industry that once every dispensary visit like a special occasion. Cannabis retail is starting to look remarkably ordinary. A new analysis of more than 61 million transactions, 1,700 dispensaries, shows consumers treating cannabis more like typical retail, complete with weekend rushes, brand loyalty, and a preference for sticking to tried products. For over 2/3 of the American adult population, cannabis is legally available, at least medically, according to the report from cannabis analytics firm New Frontier Data. In states like Colorado and Washington, this has been the case for over a decade. Data tells a tale of two markets. In newer states, ones that have been active for less than 5 years, consumers spend more than $100 per visit, but buy fewer items. Meanwhile, shoppers in mature markets like Colorado have settled into buying patterns that mirror traditional retail, stocking up during sales and returning to familiar brands. The analysis, which included 23 adult use markets and 9 medically only markets, also found that medical consumers spent less on average, $68 versus $76, and were slightly more likely to make purchases under $50. In addition, demographics play a key role. While consumers aged 25 to 44 account for nearly 60% of transactions, older customers spend more per visit. Shoppers 55 and older average $89.15 per transaction versus $62.08 for the 18 to 24 group. Fridays and Saturdays account for 37% of all sales, suggesting a strong weekend shopping routine. Across all markets, consumers spend an average of $75 per visit, with most spending $20 to $99. Brand affinity is also becoming more evident, with certain brands regularly appearing together in shopping baskets. Top performers include Stizzy for concentrate, Wild edibles, and Rhythm flower products. Well, they were that whatever. Still, access for specific products remain uneven across states, even in legal markets, and that's not even accounting for the exploding hemp market. Anyways, it sounds like exactly what the report concluded, that the industry needs to be ready for cannabis normalization to continue. So, like I've said for a long time, it's really about changing people's ideas and making it just a normal thing,
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see that the market's actually doing that. The other one I found that I thought was pretty cool was the Cali pot shops owe $1.3 billion in back taxes as panic grows over industry-wide solvency.
How much?
1.3 billion in back.
1.3 billion.
Yeah, San Francisco's Vapor Room cannabis dispensary has faced plenty of foes since opening in 2003. It brawled in federal courts with the IRS and was hit during the crackdown by U.S. Justice Department. But now that weed is legal, it appears the one thing that storied dispensary can't survive is California's legal weed market. The dispensary is at risk of going out of business because of $250,000 in tax debt it owes to the state of California, according to founder Martin Olive. He blamed the pot shop's tough financial situation on slumping sales caused by street problems in his Soma neighborhood, as well as high cannabis taxes and penalties from the state. We're at a crunch point now where things are looking more dire than they've ever been. Lenders, credit lines, investors, angels, and a miracle to get us out of some critical debt is what's needed. The Vapor Room's problems come as cannabis businesses across the state struggle to stay alive, with thousands of companies going out of business and taxes going unpaid. The industry owes the state nearly $1.3 billion in late taxes and penalties, according to the California Department of Tax and Fee Administration. High cannabis taxes are frequently blamed for making the state's legal pot industry unsustainable, Yet state tax rates are set to move even higher come July. The state plans to increase cannabis excise taxes by 25%, a prospect that is sending panic across the industry, with some warning that it could be the nail in the coffin for many legal weed businesses. Cannabis companies across California have been struggling for years to stay profitable thanks to an extremely difficult business environment. The costs of running a pot company are astronomically high compared to most businesses, with companies facing expensive regulations, banking fees, and security. Just as costs continue to rise, revenues also take a hit as wholesale prices for pot plummet and the legal cannabis sales decline year over year. Legal cannabis sales in California have been dropping for the past 3 years, and that's particularly true in San Francisco, where per capita cannabis sales have declined over 34% since 2021. Wow. That's just crazy. That's a lot of money to be out of if you're the state. Because you're not getting that money. That's never coming.
I wonder what the numbers in Michigan look like, man.
That's a good question.
I mean, supposedly we're number 2, right? We're number 2. We're second to California.
Yeah.
But that's only the amount being sold. That's not talking about the prices.
Right.
The prices have dropped dramatically. Therefore, they can sell that many fucking units.
Right. All of a sudden, 3,000 garbage bags ain't that much weed.
No. So Garden Society Cannabis Manufacturing Plant. That's where they are in New Jersey. And they joined the Teamsters Union. The 40 workers who cook and manufacture cannabis products voted overwhelmingly Wednesday to form a union. Teamsters Local 469 officials said. Garden Society officially began operating in Passaic in New Jersey in April. And they're just basically going on to say, as a new growing industry in New Jersey, it is vital that we fight to ensure that cannabis industry jobs are good careers. They're doing it in New Jersey, people. At least if you're going to work for these metric companies, have them treat you well. A lot of these companies in Michigan, I think, are fucking nowadays are getting out. They're outsourcing shit. They're getting temps in to fucking do trimming, etc.
Oh yeah.
So it's hard to unionize when there's a lot of that going on. They're doing it in New Jersey.
Well, yeah, New Jersey's a big union state, though. I'm not surprised by it.
I remember when Michigan was.
Well, yeah, there was a day.
The right to fucking work shit. It's crazy. Popular cannabis brand accused of failing to warn users of potency. So in Los Angeles, lawyers representing twin sisters who experienced cannabis-induced psychosis from Stizzy products those products they started using when they were teens have filed suit against the brand, alleging they used deceptive marketing tactics to promote high potency products and have been contributed to the uptick in the cannabis-induced psychosis hospitalization across the states. Not just like the state, they're talking about all across the country. But the thing about it is, with Stizzy, is there a lot of the shit that I've seen and I've heard people as far as the infused fucking joints and all that shit, it's not just weed shit. They're using essential oils and all different kinds of shit to give it different terpene profiles and all that shit. So this lawsuit is against Stizzy and is filed in Los Angeles in the Los Angeles Supreme Court. And it's also claimed that they sold their potent THC vape pens and cartridges without adequate warning.
Warning?
Yeah, it's the adequate warning of the severe mental risks. You know, this shit might fucking make you go crazy. It's the whole cannabis induced phrase now. Cannabis induced psychosis, bro. That's that chick got off on fucking stabbing that guy how many times?
Right.
It was over 100 times.
20 times, something like that.
I don't know. So yeah, there's two twins in LA that have filed suit against Stizzy for
Still get paid.
cannabis-induced psychosis.
I don't know. I think it's more likely to release what's inside of you already.
Yeah. Weed ain't for everybody, man.
No, but
and who the fuck says what they're tripping on is actual weed?
Right.
You know what I mean? They're adding like, yeah, bro. Somebody fucking gave me a fucking little Stizzy joint, fucking as a tip, and I was just like, oh, thanks.
Dang, right.
Just threw that shit away.
That's funny.
I think I tried it one time back in the day, and it was just puff, and I was like, I'm straight. Have you ever tried any of their shit, KK?
Oh shit, I was on mute the whole time. Yeah, I've tried it. I don't like it. It's just a bunch. You can tell it's just a bunch of shake with with flavored distillate spray on it. Yeah, I think they're trash.
And fake terpenes, bro. It's like synthetic all around.
They can just stick to their cards instead of trying to do these pre-roll joints.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, Texas Representative Jessica Gonzalez of Dallas files a bill to legalize marijuana in Dallas. I didn't know you could do that as a city.
Well, Dallas has been decriminalized for a while now.
Right.
Well, they're talking about legalizing, but I thought it would have to be statewide.
Well,
Like there would be some kind of state law or some shit.
It's like prostitution in Nevada. It's only legal in certain counties. Or one county.
Thanks for letting me know.
There's local laws, local control.
Wasn't it like legal in Ann Arbor too?
Well, it was decriminalized. It was a civil infraction.
So, like I was saying, the Texas rep has filed a bill to legalize marijuana in Texas, House Bill 1208, and it would legalize the cultivation, manufacturing, transportation of sales of cannabis, all within the city of Dallas. It's crazy. The bill would also allow adults 21 or older to use, possess, and transport up to 2.5 ounces of marijuana for their personal use. Adults could also keep up to 10 ounces of cannabis in their residence as long as they were stored in a secure location.
Congrats, Dallas.
Shout out to Dallas. And her bill was filed prior to the initial one launched by Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick to prohibit all THC products in in Texas statewide. So,
that's
just crazy. I mean, we talked about it on the show before. There's a lot of cities out there in Texas that have decriminalized it. But Dallas wants to make some money out that shit. They're like, oh, well, we decriminalized it. We might as well make some fucking money out that shit.
Right.
Dallas, here we come.
I hope they just do it right. Where it's like people from there be able to do that shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, it's Dallas. Dallas is pretty big, ain't it?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Wonder how many miles it is. So I can look it up. So 340 square miles of land. That's crazy. Man. Well, yeah, shout out to Dallas, man. Hopefully, well, I don't know, man. Dude. Like I said, if they do it right, it could be dope down there. How do you feel about that, Adam?
I had my torch. What you say?
You motherfucker. The whole time I was talking about Dallas.
I heard you say something about Dallas, and I was eating up mine.
They're trying to make it recreational.
Yeah, more power to them.
Yeah.
I'm all about that.
But if they do it right, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, just decriminalize it. Make it not a crime. Let people do what they want. If you want to go into business and sell it, fine. Let the market play its way out, you know. But they want to do all this crazy licensing and stuff like it's needed. It's just not. You know?
Right.
I mean, if you wanted to start making watches, you wouldn't have to go get a start.
I mean, if you wanted to grow tomatoes or fucking,
Well,
you know.
yeah, but if you wanted to grow enough tomatoes that you could supply them, agriculture department would up your ass. But still, as long as you followed their rules, you'd be all right.
I mean, not technically, because I mean, you got small time farmers that have fruit stands outside of their.
That's different, but their crops, big crops, still the agriculture department. They're zoned agriculture department,
Yeah, for sure.
Check their, shit. Once you're so big, I have no problem with that, but they're not charging them huge amounts of money to be farmers. Matter of fact, in our country, we pay farmers not to grow stuff.
And you give them tax liens with the,
right.
So yeah, Dallas is almost like 3 times the size of Detroit.
Oh yeah, it's huge. What is it, about 100 square miles? 105?
Detroit is 142.
142. Dallas about 400.
And Dallas is 340.
40?
Dallas is big, bro.
It's huge.
Well, it says 385, including the square miles in total area.
Right.
They're talking about suburbs and all that shit. But as of actual Dallas, 340. Oh yeah, fucking they stopped that shit in New York when it comes to the fucking actually getting licensing and everything.
Oh yeah,
that shit's going on in Minnesota too.
They busted like 1,200 illegal shops.
Yeah,
1,200. And we were laughing about 200 and what in Detroit, 285 they had.
Yeah.
Right, the greatest anti-blight program Detroit ever saw, ladies and gentlemen. 285 storefronts open for business.
Bro, Detroit was wild back then.
I mean, and they were all making money.
Yep.
And none of them had $1 million lobbies.
No.
You're lucky if they had a lobby.
They definitely weren't union.
And they were guns. Yeah, there were guns everywhere, bro. They had the Second Amendment union in every doorway.
Right, yeah.
Every doorway, bro. They had a guy standing, it was like Silent Bob. They had Silent Jethro. He was standing outside. He was 6'9". He might have been white, black, Mexican. It didn't matter. He was huge, and he was always standing outside. Every one of them places. I remember when they used to stop you before you even pulled into the parking lot. Like that was going to make a difference.
Yeah. I never had that, but definitely walking into one.
I walked into one recently, and the motherfucker who knew me said, "Do you have your license?" And I really didn't have my wallet. I said, "Nope, I'll be back." And he didn't say, "No, it's all right, man. I know who you are." And he's right. I blew it. I didn't have my license, but the guy knows it, bro.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. You know how Minnesota just went legal and all that shit. Well, I guess they're still going through it. They're talking about having even though it goes legal January, I think. Shit won't be into the system or anything for like another 3 months. Here's this shit.
Legal marijuana sales in Minnesota will be delayed at least 3 more months into next summer at the very earliest.
The Office of Cannabis Management announcing it is canceling the license pre-approval process because of lawsuits holding up the lottery that was scheduled for late last month.
Yeah, Kelsey and Simone, from hiring a director who then resigned just days later to losing legal battles and lengthy reviews, this state will now be the 3rd slowest to go from legalization to legal retail sales. The soonest scenario at this point is June. Minnesota's cannabis buildup was designed to give a head start to veterans and people previously impacted by marijuana laws. But a judge held up a license lottery in late November when some of the people who applied and got excluded said the decision was a mistake. Now the Office of Cannabis Management says it'll skip the early lottery and wait for months to review all applications. 648 applicants were ready for good news and got rolled over instead. A few of them filed a writ Wednesday, hoping an appeals court will reverse the initial ruling.
Using
second chance at pre-approval. But as it stands, the OCM timeline moves from licenses going out in the first months of 2025 to the middle of the year or later. Social equity applicants who got denied lottery admission can make corrections and join the 648 already approved in their own lottery.
These fucking like spider webs and shit.
If they miss out, they'll join a lottery with general applicants. Those lotteries would come in May or June, more than 2 years after the state passed its law legalizing recreational cannabis.
In Minnesota, we decided to prioritize a small business, local cannabis economy. That means we took a fundamentally different approach.
And Director Briner told me that even the businesses that do get licenses in that lottery will still need to pass inspections afterwards, so it could be weeks or even months before they open. In the meantime, an OCM spokesperson reminds me there are 4,000 businesses like Natrium here that are selling hemp-derived THC products.
Yeah. Did you see the girl using the tongs to put the weed in the plastic jar, and then push her finger down, push the weed down with her other finger?
Hey, what's the point? But
right.
Right. She just use the thongs to push it down.
Right. That was funny.
I thought the spider webs were awesome.
Yeah.
You could see mites in the picture.
You could see what looked like web.
Webs.
Oh shit.
Definite webs. But who knows? It could have been some fucking shit footage.
Right.
Who took the video that got up on the MCMA fucking website?
That was so funny, man.
Yeah. You didn't see it in the beginning, but if you kept watching, then you see the fucking bug.
Bugs, right.
Yeah.
That was funny, man. That was a real deal.
Almost like they should fire the cameraman or the photographer. Well, the lack of
fucking web guy, whoever set up that website.
Yeah. Right. Whoever selected that to put on and represent us.
You didn't watch that at all?
No, they don't watch it. None of these people
involved.
No,
they didn't
They did it on purpose.
They just hired Julian. He spends a lot of time editing, you know.
Wow. Teacher and a student.
Donnie Burger.
No, Abundant Life Christian School, Madison, Wisconsin. 6 people injured. I want to say it was a girl that went in and did it, but I could be wrong.
No way.
I thought they said something. I turned on earlier. Yeah, the shooter who was dead is a female.
Wow.
That's
According
the first
according
time.
to the police chief, says the suspect was a student at the school.
I wonder if this is the first female school shooter.
I don't know how rare that. I mean, I know it's rare, but I don't know how rare. It's got to happen. Crazy. I don't know. I guess when you live, even with Oxford, when you live in this area, you never really think of school shootings. Oxford was like the outlier, if you ask me. They don't even have shootings at school anymore like they used to. You know, on the school grounds, football games, shit like that. It's just crazy.
Is that Lapeer County?
Oxford?
Yeah.
No, that's Oakland County.
So basically, West Virginia Supreme Court is telling people, even if you have your card, it's up to the judge.
Really?
Or if you're fucking on probation, and even if you have a card in West Virginia, it's up to the judge for him to fucking give you the okay. If you got an asshole judge, I'm sure they'll be like, oh yeah, you can't fucking, even though you have a card, you can't smoke.
That's crazy, man. But I can test positive for opiates, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's what I would say to the judge in the court.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
And I'd go right to the doctor and get bottles of opiates. Be high as a kite by the end of the day.
So yeah, basically a West Virginia Supreme Court ruling underscores the ability of judges to impose the special prohibition conditions. So basically,
that's
if they're asshole judge, you can't smoke.
That's just wrong.
No, and it totally goes against their whole fucking medical marijuana system.
Right.
Like that was the whole reason. Basically, the Supreme Court is like, no, it's up to the judge.
That's not.
I wonder how many judges in West Virginia
say yes
are cool with weed.
Right. I wonder how many smoke weed.
But they're cool with fucking moonshine.
I bet they are. I bet they are. Who's not cool with moonshine?
What?
I said, but who's not cool with moonshine?
Oh.
I mean, it's a little rough.
I've had moonshine.
I've had good moonshine.
I've had fake moonshine. I've had like real. There's a big difference. Oh yeah, back to fucking New Jersey.
The arbiter of the nation. Go on.
New Jersey Supreme Court to decide legal recourse for the cannabis decriminalization. So, cannabis use costs man a Walmart job, but he can't sue because court said, no, you can't sue him. Jersey job applicants denied positions because they test positive for cannabis cannot sue employers, even though the state law forbids employers from refusing to hire someone because they use marijuana.
All right, now you got me. And who's saying you can't sue? The court?
The New Jersey Supreme Court.
Based on what? What would they base their decision on? Obviously not the law.
You can't sue them.
Oh, Chelsea.
Can you sue them in Michigan?
You can sue for what?
For testing positive and getting fired or some shit.
They have the right to not allow you to use certain substances, but I think that has to be spelled out ahead of time. Can they not hire you because you tested positive for weed? Sure, that will state they have the right to do whatever they want as long as it's legal. But it sounds like their law is specific about that. What you read, Michigan law isn't. I don't believe it. In any way.
It's crazy.
Right. Anyone can sue anyone. Points out that's true too. I mean, you can always sue. It's just the court's going to eventually throw it out if it's not. But the Supreme Court, man, why would they say that? If that's what the state law is, did they find that to be unconstitutional in some?
Yeah.
Well,
even with the statutory framework in place and the repeated exercise of legislation, willpower to protect other classes at no time, even after the 2020 amendments to its constitution, has New Jersey created an expressed cause of action for employment decriminalization based on cannabis use. That's what they say. Not even after the 2020 amendments to its own constitution. New Jersey's basically like, nah.
We don't care.
If you smoke weed, go work for the weed people, I guess.
Right. I wish I could work for the weed.
Yeah.
Come on over. I guess
I heard a lot of people are relaxing on weed in Michigan, though.
What'd you say? You heard a lot of people are what?
Like getting a lot more relaxed with weed in Michigan when it comes to hiring.
Yeah. You still got to be able to pass the MRA stuff.
Nah, the whole driver thing, yeah, that shit. Yeah, there ain't no way around that shit. As far as like auto industry and everything,
right?
I heard they're a lot more relaxed
than they used
to be.
Yep.
So DEA calls for the increased DMT production in 2025 to support the development of the FDA-approved psychedelic drug.
Right. How about just DMT, motherfuckers?
Well, I know.
Come on now. Have you ever tried it? Tell them. That's what I tell them. You got to try it before you comment on it. You have no idea. There you go. FBI breaking news. Don't shoot at suspected drones. Could be manned aircraft.
What?
You know them drones you're seeing in New Jersey?
No.
Oh yeah, they've been seeing drones in the air at night and all this crazy shit. You can now it's legal for the homeowner to fly a drone at night. It used to be, so all kinds of people do it now. And there's
where?
In New Jersey, around military.
What the fuck? New Jersey is just going crazy.
Well, it's crazy. The whole place is crazy. But there's all kinds of conspiracy theories about these drones. And the government's like, whoa, relax. We changed the law. Common people can fly their drones at night now. So there's all kinds of people going up and doing all kinds of silly shit. I heard people complaining that people were flying drones outside their bedroom windows and stuff. And I'm thinking, all right, first of all, you got creepy neighbors. Second of all,
right.
What'd you think was going to happen? And and one of these ladies said at one point, these are the size of a small car. They weren't. No car. They're 60-pound drones. They're big, 6-footers or something. The biggest ones that are out there. And whatever. It's a bunch of airplanes landing in the distance, and you can see them all stacked up because it's clear for miles. But yeah, the FBI is now telling people to shoot at them because it might be manned airplanes. Only in America.
It's kind of like they're asking you not to, you know?
No, they are asking you not to.
It's weird.
But listen, this is the United States. We got all kinds of satellites shooting down. They know exactly what's flying around. They can look at anything at any moment. So I'm not really too worried about it. People thought it was like UFOs at first. It was really funny. So,
yeah, I don't watch the news, man.
No, man, I watched this shit in real time almost. Like it was happening live at night. We're freaking out online. The next day on the news, there was all kinds of, video from cell phones. And it was really funny. I gotta find my notebook.
Still in 2023, more than, even though a lot of the country thinks about legalization, and everybody's talking about free weed and everything. People are still getting locked up out there. And even after Biden's fucking pardoning or giving people clemency, I don't know what the fuck what did you say it was, Adam?
I think clemency is...
But he's not in jail or anything.
Who?
The dude that fucking got clemency. He's a roofer, New Jersey. All kinds of shit's going on in New Jersey.
Right, I think
it's from Kansas City or Missouri.
No, it was Missouri. My bad.
Oh, the guy that got the clemency.
Yeah. Yeah, look up clemency, man.
Yeah.
To appeal for clemency.
So, with a
if clemency is a mercy or a leniency, yeah. But a president or a governor can grant a pardon. So basically, clemency. He's giving him a pardon, right?
Right. The pardon is one restores your rights and one doesn't. And pardons restore your rights, and the other doesn't. Clemency allows you to get out, and then you can get a conviction overturned or all that. You can get it removed from your record and all that once you get out, if it's expungible. Whereas pardon takes it off your record.
Just forgive him.
Just forgive him? Is that what you said?
Just forgive him. Like, we won't forget about that shit, but
yeah. Well,
all right, y'all. This Sunday,
don't
forget the 22nd, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Toy Drive, Get Back Comedy, and Birthday Sesh. Your boy Foolish is going to be performing around 4 p.m. Come through, bring a good toy, or it's $20 at the door. First 20 people get a gift bag. After that, or everybody gets a raffle ticket for your chance to win bags of awesome things from all these awesome vendors. Of course, I'm going to be there. Adam, are you going to be there?
I will be there. I turned down a paying gig to be there.
Oh, man. I heard about that paying gig.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Chi-Town. He's going to be in the building cooking up that goodness on that hibachi grill. Plum Food Express will be on the outside. Shout out to all the vendors, including Native Made, Nuggaduction, your boy Nice, Mr. Kush, Blissful Buds, Egg Gringo, Pharma Flavors. It's his. I want to say we're going to be celebrating his birthday. So come through, 2 p.m., 7 p.m. It's going to be a good time, man. So, and also here, our medical money. I was about to say medical marijuana again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Medical
Leroy on your mind, bro.
Mondays. Who?
Leroy.
Hey, go out and get your card, y'all. Holler at Detroit Certification Center. Detroit Search Center on social media. DetroitSearchCenter.com. Right? Give them a call or text 248-275-6707. There's a lot of other people you can hit up as well. Who are some of those people, Adam?
Up north, we got Michael Thuey. Yeah. And out west, we got Pure West with our man Bomber out there. Bomber the Farmer. And, the Weedsters, they'll help you out. And we got in Flint, we got G3 and Vehicle City. They can all help you out. And
what's one of the benefits you got when you have that card?
Oh, it exempts you from having THC in your system when you're driving, because you can be convicted of driving under the influence. So that prevents that. It exempts you from that. Our laws.
And that's only one of the benefits. It also shows these politicians we're still here.
That's the key.
We ain't going nowhere.
It's like the only vote you can buy. It's worth what you pay for.
A huge shout out to all of our sponsors. That includes Native Made 313, much love. Michigan Turk Farms, Nugget Extracts, Tiki Man, SOB Labs, and Tree Street Packaging. Boom. Much love to everybody tuned in right now. Still, make sure you hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your Monday.